Hello everyone, let's talk about something real, raw, and undeniably powerful, something that shakes you to the core, not to break you, but to awaken the warrior within you. I'm talking about when God steps in and says, enough is enough. There are moments in life when you feel trapped, manipulated, lied to, and drained by people who seem larger than life, people who wrap their intentions in charm and charisma, but underneath, they are masters of deceit. We call them narcissists. And let me tell you something, God doesn't just sit back and let it slide. God exposes narcissists not because he wants vengeance, but because he wants to set you free. Why does this happen? Because God is truth. God is light. And anything that operates in darkness cannot stand in his presence. That person who manipulated you, made you doubt yourself, and tried to rob you of your worth, they didn't win. They might have thought they did, but God sees everything. Everything. Here's the thing, when God exposes a narcissist, it's not subtle. It's not gentle. It's a spotlight. And when the light hits the lies, the facade crumbles their charm, gone their control, gone their ability to manipulate, done. But let me tell you something even more important. God didn't just expose them for their sake, he did it for your growth. You see, every time a narcissist comes into your life, they leave you questioning yourself, am I enough? Am I crazy? Why can't they see my value? But God's exposure isn't just about revealing the truth about them, it's about revealing the truth about you. You are powerful. You are resilient, you are worthy, and you are not defined by their lies. So what do we do now? We rise, we grow. We use every wound they left as a badge of honor, not a scar of shame. That person didn't come into your life to destroy you, they came to refine you. Because let me tell you something, when God allows someone like that into your journey, it's not because he wants you to suffer. It's because he's preparing you for something bigger. Here's your challenge today, take back your power. Forgive not for their sake, but for your freedom. And remember, God didn't just expose them to punish them, he exposed them to remind you that you're protected, you're seen, and you're loved. You are unstoppable. Let this exposure of the narcissist be your liberation. Stand tall because God's got you. And when God is for you, who can be against you? Go out there and live in that truth. Be the force of light you were born to be. Let's go get it. What do you think? Would you like to refine the tone or add specific examples? Let's take this even further, my friends. When God exposes a narcissist, he doesn't just leave you in the rubble of their downfall. No, he gives you the tools, the wisdom, and the strength to rebuild your life. And this time, you're building it on a foundation that can't be shaken. You see, the exposure is a blessing in disguise. It's God saying, I'm not going to let you stay in the dark. I'm pulling you into light where you belong, because here's the truth, you didn't lose, you gained. You gained clarity. You gained freedom. You gain the ability to see people for who they truly are. And most importantly, you gain a deeper understanding of your worth. Here's a question I want you to ask yourself today. What have I learned from this experience? Because every experience, even the painful ones, has a lesson. Maybe it's teaching you boundaries. Maybe it's teaching you to listen to that little voice inside of you that says something's not right. Or maybe it's teaching you that you are strong enough to walk away from anything and anyone that doesn't serve your higher purpose. And let me tell you this, the same God who exposed that narcissist will also elevate you. He doesn't just tear down what's harmful, he builds up what's powerful. And that's you. What's next? You rise. You shine. You step into the best version of yourself. Because guess what? The narcissist tried to dim your light, but they couldn't. Why? Because your light doesn't come from him, it comes from within you. It comes from a God who created you to be unstoppable. So when you walk out of this room today, I want you to hold your head high and declare, I am not a victim, I am a victor. I am a victor. I am not defeated, I am destined. I am not broken, I am blessed. The chains are off. The mask has fallen. The truth has been revealed, and now it's your time to shine. Stand up, own your power, and live your life unapologetically. Because you're not just surviving, you're thriving. And no narcissist, no lie, no manipulation can stop the plan God has for your life. Let's make it happen. Let's step into that destiny with everything we've got. Because the best is yet to come. Now go out there and claim it. Let's go. Let me tell you something. My friends, this is just the beginning. When God exposes a narcissist, it's not just an act of justice, it's a wake-up call to step into a life of purpose, truth, and abundance. Think about this, every moment you spent entangled in their web, every time you doubted yourself, every tear you shed, it wasn't wasted. It was a seed. And what happens to a seed when it's buried in darkness? It doesn't die, it grows. You are that seed. And now that God has pulled you out of the shadow of deceit, You are ready to sprout into something unshakable, unbreakable, and unstoppable. Here's what I need you to understand. When God removes someone from your life, it's because they can no longer go where he's taking you. That narcissist, they weren't strong enough to withstand the greatness that's about to unfold in your life. They weren't equipped to walk beside you in the journey God has prepared for you. And you know what? That's okay. But here's the catch: God's exposure is only the first step. Now, it's your move. Are you going to stay stuck in the pain of what they did to you, or are you going to step boldly into the future that's waiting for you? Let me give you some action steps right now, because we're not just going to talk about change, we're going to make it happen. Forgive and release. This isn't about letting them off the hook, it's about letting yourself off the hook. Forgiveness is freedom. When you let go of resentment, you're not excusing what they did, you're choosing not to carry their baggage anymore. Set boundaries like a boss. From this moment forward, you're building a wall not to keep people out, but to make sure the only ones who enter are those who respect your value. Boundaries aren't walls of fear, they're gates of wisdom. Step into your purpose. The narcissist exposure wasn't random, it was a divine setup. God needed to clear the distraction so you could focus on the destiny he's been calling you to. What have you been putting off? What dream have you been too afraid to chase? Now's the time. Own your story. Every setback, every heartbreak, and every betrayal is part of your testimony. And there's someone out there who needs to hear it. Don't be ashamed of your scars, they're proof that you survived. And let me remind you of this, you're not the same person you were when the narcissist first entered your life. You've been through the fire, and now you're refined like gold. What used to hurt you can no longer touch you. What used to intimidate you now empowers you. So what are you going to do with this new you? Are you going to let the pain keep you small, or are you going to use it as fuel to rise higher, shine brighter, and live bolder? Because here's the truth, the exposure of that narcissist wasn't just about them being revealed, it was about you being revealed. The real you. The fearless you. The you who knows their worth and refuses to settle for anything less than what God has promised. This is your season. This is your time. This is your moment to rise. The enemy thought they could stop you, but they underestimated your resilience. God has plans for you that no one can steal, not the narcissists, not the doubters, not the haters, no one. Now, let's go out there and live with passion, with courage, and with the fire of knowing that God is on your side. You've got this. You've always had this. Now, let the world see it. Let's go. All right, let's go even deeper, because we're not done yet. When God exposes a narcissist, it's not just about opening your eyes, it's about opening your heart and your soul to the possibilities of a better life, a freer life, a life where you don't just survive, you thrive. Let's get real for a second. The narcissists thought they had the power, right? They thought they could manipulate you, control you, and keep you in a place of doubt and fear. But here's what they didn't count on. They didn't realize that the God who created the universe is the same God who fights for you. Let me say it again, God fights for you. He saw every tear you cried. He heard every prayer you whispered in the quiet moments when you didn't know how you were going to make it. And he stepped in not when you thought he would, but exactly when you needed him to. Why? Because he wanted you to see your own strength. He wanted you to know that no matter how clever the narcissist's lies were, the truth would always prevail. And now that the truth is out, it's your time to rise like never before. Let me ask you this, who are you now on the other side of this revelation? You're not the same person. You've been through the storm and now you're stepping into the sunshine. But here's the thing about storms, they don't just clear the air, they cleanse the soul. That storm didn't break you, it built you. Here's what I want you to do next, claim your power. Write it down, say it out loud, shout it if you have to. I am not a victim, I am a victor, because every time you affirm your power, you're taking back the pieces of yourself that the narcissist tried to steal. Rewrite your story. You're the author of your life, my friends. Don't let the narcissist be the main character in your narrative. They're a footnote, a plot twist, nothing more. The main character is you. The hero is you. Walk in gratitude. Now, this might sound crazy, but hear me out, be thankful for what you went through. Not because it was easy, but because it revealed your strength, your resilience, and your faith. Gratitude transforms pain into power. Take massive action. This is not the time to sit back. This is the time to dream bigger, live bolder, and love harder than you ever thought possible. That business you've been wanting to start, do it. That relationship you've been scared to pursue, go for it. That goal you thought was out of reach, it's not, because now you know this, you're unstoppable. When you walk in truth, nothing, not a narcissist, not a setback, not a single moment of doubt can hold you back anymore. Let's make this clear, the exposure wasn't the end, it was the beginning. The moment God revealed the narcissist was the moment he said, now, my child, watch what I'm about to do in your life. And let me tell you, when God moves, he doesn't just restore, he multiplies. He doesn't just heal, he transforms. And he's about to do it for you. So don't just stand there looking at the ruins of what's behind you. Turn around and look forward, because what's coming is bigger, brighter, and better than anything you've ever imagined. This is your breakthrough season. God exposed the narcissist so you could walk in clarity, confidence, and courage. Now it's time to take that clarity and turn it into action. You are worthy, you are chosen, and you are unstoppable. Let's rise. Let's conquer. Let's make it happen. The world is waiting for you. Let's go. All right, let's take it all the way to the next level. When God exposes a narcissist, it's not just about shining a light on who they are, it's about awakening you to who you are. This isn't just their exposure, it's your elevation. Here's the truth, the narcissist didn't break you, they tested you. And every test you've been through wasn't meant to destroy you, it was meant to transform you into the version of yourself that you were always meant to be. Let me ask you something real. Who would you be if that pain never happened? You'd be safe, maybe comfortable, but you'd also be playing small. God didn't call you to comfort, he called you to greatness. And greatness doesn't come from a smooth road, it comes from fire, pressure, and challenge. That narcissist thought they were taking something from you, but in reality, they were a tool in God's hands to refine you. Every lie they told, every moment they tried to tear you down, it's now a stepping stone for your breakthrough. You're not just recovering, you're reclaiming your voice, your identity, your joy. And let me tell you this, when you step into your truth, nothing and no one can stop you. God didn't just expose them to show you the lies they were exposed because your destiny demanded it. So let's talk about what happens next, because here's the thing, exposure isn't the end game, it's the beginning. It's like God saying, all right, now that the trash has been taken out, let's get to work on the masterpiece. Rebuild with purpose. This is your time to rebuild, but not like before. You're not rebuilding from the rubble of your past, you're building on the foundation of your future, stronger, smarter, and more aligned with who God created you to be. Tap into your potential. The narcissist underestimated you. They thought you'd stay small, stay quiet, stay under their control. But God knew the truth. You're a force of nature. Now it's time for you to know it. Set your vision on fire. Get crystal clear about where you're going, not just in your career, but in your relationships, your mindset, your faith. Write it down, visualize it, and pursue it like your life depends on it, because it does. Break free for good. Here's the deal, the chains are off, but you've got to keep walking. Don't look back at what's behind you. It's gone. It's done. It's done. The future is ahead of you, and it's bigger than your past could ever be. Let me remind you of something powerful. When God steps into your situation, he doesn't just take the problem away, he upgrades your life. The exposure of that narcissist is God saying, get ready. I'm making room for the blessings you couldn't have while they were in the picture. And what's coming? Oh, it's going to blow your mind, the kind of love, opportunities, and purpose that will make you realize why everything had to happen the way it did. Here's your declaration today, say it with me. I am no longer a prisoner of my past. I am a warrior of my future. I am not defined by their lies, I am defined by my truth. I am not weak because of what happened, I am stronger because I overcame it. I am unstoppable. The world needs this version of you. Not the version that stayed quiet. Not the version that second-guessed themselves. But the version who knows their worth, stands in their truth, and walks boldly into their destiny. Because let me tell you this, God didn't expose the narcissist for you to play small. He exposed them so you could take your rightful place in this world. So go out there, own your power, speak your truth, and show the world what it looks like when someone walks in the light of God's favor. Your story isn't over, it's just getting started. Let's rise, let's conquer. And let's change the world together. Let's go.